From News 19, I'm meteorologist Daniel Bonds. We are tracking what is now Hurricane Ian. It became a hurricane early Monday morning. And for us here in the Midlands, there's still a lot of uncertainty as to exactly what we'll see from this particular storm. It does look like we're going to get some heavy rainfall as we get this onshore flow, and it will be a little bit cooler. We put some question marks here behind strong winds and severe weather. Those are the questions we'll be kind of trying to answer as we go through the rest of the work week. But Hurricane Ian rapidly intensifying. You notice those thunderstorms kind of bubbling up, and we have increased that risk for Florida as well. Notice hurricane watch is in effect, tropical storm watch. You got a tropical storm warning for the Keys. Also storm surge watches from basically Tampa all the way down to South Florida. So this is going to be a major event for the state of Florida. This is the 5 a.m. advisory. It does have winds of 75 miles per hour. The pressure has been dropping. Those winds have been increasing, moving towards the northwest at 14 miles per hour. Here's the latest forecast track from the National Hurricane Center, indicating it is going to rapidly intensify, becoming our second major hurricane of the 2022 season. And then as it pushes towards a landfall, right now is expected to kind of decrease in intensity and then possibly kind of hanging out in South Georgia, it looks like, as a tropical storm. For us here in the Midlands, we are included in the cone of uncertainty, and there is a lot of uncertainty with this particular storm. But what we are a little bit more, I guess, certain about, heavy rainfall Friday, possibly overnight Thursday. Here are the spaghetti models. Pretty good agreement in the short term, but then as we get into the longer term, there is some diversion of the models there. So again, there is a little bit of uncertainty, especially as we go towards the end of the work week. Here are the most likely times of arrival for hurricane force winds. And again, the threat really for a large portion of Florida there. Most likely time of arrival for tropical storm force winds. Notice the tropical storm force winds, a little bit of a wider spread there. So tropical storm force winds all across Florida, it looks like. Now, back here at home, as far as tropical storm force winds, at least the chances of it, pretty small at this time. It looks like Orangeburg possibly has the highest. Now, this product is from the National Hurricane Center, so the odds of us having hurricane, or I should say tropical storm force winds, right now appears to be pretty low. Here is the American model. This is how things are kind of looking like it's going to play out, at least according to the American model. Now, not an official forecast, but this is what the American model is thinking at this time. Hurricane Ian kind of continues to kind of move towards a landfall. It looks like possibly late Friday, but you notice all that moisture streaming into South Carolina regardless. So we do expect that rain to be an issue right now. Not really, well, I should say, question marks are, do we have the severe weather threat and those high winds? Those are the question marks, but rain appears to be the greatest threat as of right now. That's what we do have some, at least a little bit more certainty about. Here's our high resolution model. Now, it only goes out to early Wednesday, but you see it's kind of showing that same general pattern that the European model and the American model is showing. Back here in the Midlands, as of right now, Weather Prediction Center is indicating 3 to 4 inches of rain. That little area there towards Orangeburg and Clarendon County indicating possibility up to 5 inches. Here is the American model showing about 2.5 to 3 inches of rain. Heavier amounts are along the coast. And the European model showing heavier amounts along the coast, a little bit lighter amounts in the Midlands. So greatest threat as of right now, heavy downpours for us that could lead to some flash flooding. So far, we've had 9 named storms, 4 hurricanes, 1 major hurricane. That's pretty close to average for this point of hurricane season. So it's getting pretty close to average. We've had those 9 named storms, obviously. And Ian, now a hurricane, became a hurricane early this morning. So it is now our 4th hurricane of the 2022 season.